Hello everyone, welcome to class. Hello everyone, welcome to today's class. My name is Boluwatife and I'll be your tutor for this class. We'll be talking about what fashion illustration is briefly before we move into how to sketch a standard croquis. So, fashion illustration is the art of visually representing or communicating your fashion ideas and designs through drawings or sketches. So, you can see examples of this here. So then before we'll be able to do this successfully, we need a croquis. So what is a croquis? A croquis is a quick sketch of a fashion figure. A quick sketch of a fashion figure. So and it is going to serve as a template on which we are going to draw our clothing designs. We need a croquis to be able to communicate our designs, our fashion ideas. So that's why it is very, very important for us to learn how to draw a standard croquis, because it will affect the overall look of our illustration. So the first thing you need to do is on your A4 paper on your sketch pad, you measure the width that you have there and you divide it by 2. So then you draw a vertical line, rule a vertical line. So you make your line faint, a faint line, a very, very faint line, because those lines are going to serve as a guide and we'll erase them later. But for the sake of this class, so that you can see me clearly, I'm going to rule a bold line. So from here, you come down from this edge, you mark 1 inch downwards. So from the edge of your paper, you come down by 1 inch. So that's going to serve as the starting line. So from there, from that 1 inch, don't forget that when you are rolling, this line here, this longer line, that's where you start your measurements from. So our measurement is going to be in centimeters. So you are starting from your measurement from this line, not from the edge of this ruler. So anywhere you have your zero line, this long line, that's where your ruler starts from, and then you sharpen your pencil very well. So if possible, you hold your pencil this way so that your hand will not be restricted when you are sketching. So from the starting line, we'll go down by 3 centimeters. 3 centimeters. From the 3 centimeters line, we'll mark 1.5 centimeters. Then from the 1.5 centimeters line, we'll mark 7 centimeters. Subsequently, 3 times 7 centimeters. From this 7 centimeters, we'll still mark another 7 centimeters. And we'll mark another 7 centimeters. So from here, you mark 1.5 centimeters. So these first lines that we have here, this first 3 centimeters, this is where the head will be. So, and this is where the shoulder will be. So this is the head, this is the shoulder, this is the hip line, this is the knee, and this is the ankle, and the last one is the feet. So on the starting line, you mark 1 centimeter to the left and right. and you connect. So on the base where the jaw will be, you mark 1 centimeter to the left and right as well. But before you move your tape, before you move your ruler, you mark 0.5 on that same line, so 0.5 centimeters, and you connect. Like this. So this is where the edge will be. Then on the shoulder line, you mark 2.5 centimeters to the left and right, but you still mark 2 centimeters and 0.5 centimeters on that 2.5 centimeters line. So I'll do the same here. I'll mark 0.5 and I'll mark 2 centimeters. This is where my 2.5 centimeters stops. So between the shoulder and the hip, that's where we have the bust. We have the bust point, we have the under bust, and we have the waistline. So we'll be dividing this, we marked 7 inches here, so we'll be dividing this 7 centimeters. No, mark 7 centimeters here. We'll be dividing this 7 centimeters into 3. So 7 centimeters divided by 3 is 2.3. So this 2.3 line is going to be our bust point. So from the bust point, I'll come down by 0.5 centimeters. So that makes it 2.8 centimeters from the shoulder. From the shoulder, you go down by 2.8 centimeters. Let me mark it again. You go down by 2.8 centimeters. So on this 2.8 centimeters line, we'll mark 2 centimeters to the left and right. And we'll connect it to the shoulder line, to the 2 centimeters on the shoulder line. You can see. So this is where the under bust will be. This is where we have the curve of our bust. So on the hip line, you mark 2.5 centimeters to the left and right. 2.5 centimeters to the left and right. So we need to get we've gotten our bust points, and then we've gotten our under bust line. We need to get the waistline. So to get the waistline, you are going to connect from the under bust to the edges of the hip line, like this, a triangle. Then from the shoulder line, from the edge of the shoulder line, you connect to the midpoint of the hip line, like so. Then where these two lines intersect, that's our waistline. So you extend this waistline beyond this sketch that we have here. Then we'll move on. On the knee line, we mark 1 centimeter to the left and right. And on the ankle line, you mark 0.5 centimeters to the left and right. On the feet, 1 centimeter to the left and right. So we are going to connect the edges of the hip line to the midpoint of the knee line to form an inverted triangle. We'll do the same from the knee to the midpoint of the ankle line. But from the ankle to the feet, we draw a triangle. So from the midpoint of the ankle, you connect it to the edges of the feet. So this way we have like a skeleton of the human body. So from the midpoint of this line here, on the shoulder line, you draw a slant line that comes downwards. Just draw it. It should not be too far from the hip line. So just draw it like this. Extend it. Let it get beyond the hip line very well like this. So from the midpoint here, I'll draw this as well. I'll draw a slant line as well. So, but on this line, inside this small triangle that I have here, I'm going to draw like a circle. I'm going to draw like a circle here. So then I'll connect this neck, this 0.5 that we have here for the neckline. So for us to get the shape of the bust, we are going to draw from this joining that we have here. This joining that we have here, we are going to draw something like a circle. It's going to be a little bit curvy like this. It's a little bit curvy, and then we'll draw as if we want to draw a circle, but it is going to touch this line and this line. So we'll draw this shape for the bust. So I'll just come a little bit beyond this joining here and draw my curve like this. So this is going to serve as the bust. This is what the bust looks like, and this is the arm joining. The arm joining from the bust to the body, from the bust body to the arm. So this is what this curve is serving as the arm joining on the across chest. So I've successfully come to the end of today's class. I want you to replicate this. Do like probably 2 of these so that you get used to it. It is when you do more, you get used to it easily. So, and then we'll see in the next class for fleshing. We need to flesh this skeleton. We can't sketch our designs on this skeleton look. So I'll be expecting you to submit your assignments, to send your assignment to the group. Take care. Bye.